In question number 41, it is given that what is the interior angle of a regular octagon of side length 2 centimeter. Okay, so octagon means a polygon. Regular octagon means a polygon which have 8 sides, equal 8 sides. Okay, and the interior angle of a regular polygon, how to find the interior angle? There is a particular formula for that. The interior angle of a regular polygon is given by, the formula is n minus 2 multiplied by 180 degree by n, where n is the number of sides, okay, and how to find the interior angle, each interior angle, the formula is, how to find the each interior angle, the formula is 180 degree minus exterior angle, okay. So let's start with this particular sum, where it is given the polygon is octagon, means n equals to 8 sides, right? So interior angle interior angle is given by, let's put 8 minus 2, 180 degree by 8. 6 multiplied by 180 degree by 8. So 2 4s are 8, 2 3s are 6. And also 180 degree can be written as pi, because we already know pi give us the value 180 degree. So it becomes 3 pi by 4. The answer is 3 pi by 4. So here it matches with the option B. That is the value for the interior angle of a regular octagon. In question number 42, it is given that if 7 sine theta plus 24 cos theta equals to 25, then what is the value of sine theta plus cos theta? Probably the first time I'm going to solve a sum in two different ways. Okay, let me show you the shortest way first. That is, it's given that 7 sine theta plus 24 cos theta equals to 25. Let's name it equation number 1. We can bring 25 to left side. It would become 7 by 25 sine theta plus 24 by 25 cos theta equals to 1. Okay. Now we know the one of the very important standard identities, that is sine squared theta plus cos square theta equals to 1. Also, we can express it as sine theta multiplied by sine theta, cos theta multiplied by cos theta equals to 1. Let's name it equation number 2. Now, look here, we can easily compare these two equations. Both are given the same value 1, and sine theta and cos theta is the variable. So we can comparing 1 and 2. After comparing 1 and 2, we can write that here sine theta equals to 7 by 25 and cos theta equals to 24 by 25, right? So we are asked to find the value for this expression, sine theta plus cos theta. Let's put all those values. Sine theta plus cos theta would give us 24 by 25, 31 by 25 is the correct answer, option D. But here I'm not going to end this solution. As I told you, I will show you two different ways. So I have already shown you the first way, and the second method is quite a bit lengthy. But first, let's again write the given expression, that is 7 sine theta plus 24 cos theta. Method 2. 7 sine theta plus 24 cos theta equals to 25. Okay, let's do the square both side. We will get 49 sine square theta cos square theta plus 2 7 multiplied by 24 sine theta cos theta. So it would give us the value 336 sine theta cos theta equals to 625 after squaring the both side. Okay, and expand it in the formula of a plus b whole square. Now let's divide to both side with cos square theta. So if I divide both side with cos square theta, it becomes 49. It becomes sine square theta by cos square theta would give us the value tan square theta, correct? So tan square theta plus 576 plus 336 sine 1 cos theta will got cancelled, and I will only left with tan theta. Also 1 by cos theta, 1 by cos theta will give me sec theta. Since here cos square theta, so it becomes sec square theta. Okay. Now the equation turns into tan and sec, and there is a important relation between tan and sec. We are going to use that particular one here. So let me write it again. 49 tan square theta plus 336 tan theta plus 576 equals to, now cos square theta can be written as 1 plus tan square theta. Okay. If we further take tan square theta to the left side and simplify the calculation, we will get it as 576 tan square theta minus 336 tan theta plus 49 equals to 0. Now we got a quadratic equation where tan theta is the variable. Okay, so we need to factorize this in order to get the value for tan theta. So 576 tan square theta minus 168 tan theta minus 168 tan theta plus 49 equals to 0. It would give us the value 24 tan theta, 24 tan theta minus 7 theta. So it becomes tan theta minus 7 whole square equals to 0. So from here we can easily write tan theta equals to 7 by 24. Okay, we got the value of tan theta equals to 7 by 24. Now through triangular method, since tan theta equals to 7 by 24 means if I draw a triangle ABC where C considered as angle theta, that means this is 7K and 24K, where K is the ratio constant. Okay, after that we can only get tan theta equals to 7 by 24. So we can easily find the value for AC with the help of Pythagoras theorem. That will give us 25K. Now look, I can easily write now the value for sine theta, that is 7 by 25, and also cos theta 24 by 25. Look, again, I can add them out to get the value for the desired expression. So it would become 31 by 25. So here, both the method is giving me the same value, though the first one is very easiest and quickest, and the method 2 is a bit lengthy. So here we got the value, that is 31 by 25. Option D is the exact answer. In question number 43, it is given that a ladder 6 meter long reaches a point 6 meter below the top of a vertical flagstaff. From the foot of the ladder, the elevation of the top of the flagstaff is 75 degrees. What is the height of the flagstaff? In order to solve this, first we will discuss few concepts from trigonometry. That is, if I draw a right angle triangle, let's say here ABC is an right angle triangle. Okay, if we consider the angle C, we can denote it as theta. So here we can write that sine theta equals to AB by AC, perpendicular by hypotenuse, right? Next, cos theta, we know cos theta equals to BC by AC, base by hypotenuse. Okay. Also, tan theta equals to AB by BC, perpendicular by base. Okay. So here where AB is the perpendicular, BC is the base, and AC is the hypotenuse. Also, according to Pythagoras theorem, the relationship between these three sides is AB square plus BC square equals to AC square. Fine. And one more important formula we will talk, that is tan. Okay, let's say tan theta 1, okay, tan A plus tan B. So it will give us the result tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A multiplied by tan B. Fine. Now let's talk about the question. So here it's given that there is a ladder, okay, and which is slanting, which is resting on vertical flagstaff, and the head of the ladder reaches a point 6 meter below the top of a vertical flagstaff, right? So let me quickly draw the above scenario. Say this is the flagstaff. So from the foot of the flagstaff of certain distance away, there is a ladder. So yes, this is the ladder. Now let's join this point. So I can name it as A, B, C, D. So according to the diagram here, AC is the ladder. AC is the ladder, that is 6 centimeter. Okay, 6 centimeter. Next, BD is the height of the flagstaff. Height of flagstaff. Okay. Now, the question states that a ladder 6 meter long reaches a point 6 meter below the top of a vertical flagstaff. So the ladder reaches at the point A. So that means DA is 6 meter. Is it meter or centimeter? It's meter. Okay. So make correction. It should be 6 meter. So both are 6, AD and AC, right? Next, its angle B is 90 degree, and also they have given the elevation of the top of the flagstaff is 75 degree. So this angle BCD is 75 degree. Angle BCD is 75 degree, right? Now, from the triangle A, ABC, or we can consider the triangle DBC. Yes, let's consider the triangle DBC, right? From the triangle DBC, we can write that here angle DBC is 90 degree, angle DCB is 75 degree. Then we can say that therefore angle BDC, from angle sum property we can find 180 degree minus 90 degree plus 75 degree. So it will give us the value which is 15 degree, correct? So it's 15 degree. Now, since, okay, since AD equals to AC equals to 6 meter. So if we consider the triangle ACD, we can say ACD is a, therefore ACD is isoscale triangle, isoscalian triangle. Because it has two equal sides. So we already know the opposite angles of equal sides are equal. Therefore, angle ADC equals to angle ACD, both will be 15 degree, right? Hence, we can say, that if BCD is 75 degree and ACD is 15 degree, then ACB, hence ACB, which is angle DCB minus angle ACD. So 75 degree minus 15 degree, that is 60 degree. Now we will consider triangle ABC. We will only consider triangle ABC. It's an right angle triangle. Since angle B is 90 degree and angle ACB is 60 degree. So we can easily say that sine 60 degree equals to AB by AC, correct? So here sine 60 degree means √3 by 2. Also, we don't know the value for AB, but we know the value of AC, that is 6. 3 we write, since sine 60 degree √3 by 2, or AB 3√3. So hence height of flagstaff, that is DB. So AB plus AD. AD is already given 6, 3√3 plus 6 meter. Also, you can write 6 plus 3√3 meter. This is the answer. So let's check with the options. 6 plus 3√3 meter. Here option D is the correct one. In question number 44, it is given that the shadow of a tower is found to be x meter longer when the angle of elevation of the sun changes from 60 degree to 45 degree. First, let me draw the tower. Okay, so when the angle of elevation of the sun was 60 degree, let's say that time the shadow is y meter. Okay, let's name it A, B, C. And when the sun, angle of elevation of the sun changes from 60 degree to 45 degree, let's say here, that times and shadow becomes x meter longer, more longer. So probably okay, the changes in shadow, length of shadow is x meter here. Fine. And we we are given that the height of the tower is 5 multiplied by 3 plus root 3 meter. What is x equal to? Okay, let's find the value for uh, y first. In order to solve this question, y first. Here AB is the tower. Let AC and AD be its shadows when the angle of elevation of the sun are 60 degree and 45 degree respectively. Therefore, angle ACB is 60 degree and angle ADB is 45 degree. Also, it is given that CD x meter, we have assumed that, and AC y meter. And here AB equals to 5 of 3 plus root 3 meter. So first, in order to solve this, we will consider the triangle ABC. In ABC, we can write AB plus AC tan 60 degree. Let's put all those values. And we already know tan 60 degree will give us the value root 3. So here 5, 3 plus root 3 ACY root 3. So we can write the value of y as 5, 3 plus root 3 by root 3 meter. Okay, now since root 3 is irrational number and it's in the denominator, we need to do rationalization here. So after rationalizing, to rationalize this, we will multiply both root 3 in numerator and denominator as well. We will get the value 5, 3 root 3 plus 3 by 3. Let's name it equation number 1. Next, we will consider the triangle ABD. Triangle ABD, we can write AB by AD tan 45 degree. We also know that tan 45 degree give us the value 1. So here AB 5, 3 plus root 3 by AD can be written as AC plus CD, correct? Also AC means Y. We have already got the value for Y. So AC plus CD equals to 1. Further, this can be written as AC plus CD equals to root 3. Now we will directly put the value for AC 5 by 3 and CD means X root 3. X equals to minus root 3. We can directly solve this. 15 plus 5 root 3 minus 5 root 3 minus 5. So it would give us the value 10. So here we can see the value for X is 10 meter. So what is X equals to 10 meter? Option B is the correct answer. In question number 45, it is given that if 3 cos theta equals to 4 sin theta, then what is the value of tan 45 degree plus theta? So first, let's start with the information that is given in the question. 3 cos theta equals to 4 sin theta. From here, we can easily write sin theta by cos theta, that is 3 by 4. Also, we know that it's equals to tan theta. Sin theta by cos theta give us the value for tan theta. So tan theta equals to 3 by 4. Okay. So here we are required to find the value for tan 45 degree plus theta. Before I proceed with that particular expression, I want to make you remember the formula of tan A plus B. Tan A plus B gives us the value tan A plus tan B by 1 minus tan A tan B. Okay, so here we can compare as A with 45 degree and B with theta. So tan 45 degree plus theta will give us tan 45 degree plus tan theta by 1 minus tan 45 degree multiplied by tan theta. We already know the value for tan 45 degree, that is 1. So here 1 plus, and we already got tan theta from the given expression, that is 3 by 4. 1 minus 1 multiplied by 3 by 4. 4 plus 3, 4 minus 3 by 4, 7 by 4, 1. So here 7 is the final answer for the expression. Option B is the correct answer. In question number 46, it is given the smallest positive integer in for which this statement will hold true, where I equals to root under minus 1. It is given that the value for I is root under minus 1. That means I square will give us the value minus 1. And I to the power 4 means I square whole square. So minus 1 whole square, 1. Correct? Now let's check the given expression from here first. We will try to convert that, express this expression in the form of A plus IB. Okay, and in order to do that, we need to rationalize this 1 plus I. For rationalization, we will multiply 1 minus I with both numerator and denominator. 1 minus I whole square, 1 minus I square, because it's in the form A plus B into A minus B, and that would give us the value A square minus B square. So here, let's expand it with the formula A minus B whole square. So I square plus 1 minus 2I. 1 minus of minus 1. Let's put the value of I square. So we got minus 2I by 2 minus I. Now it's given 1 minus I plus 1 plus I whole to the power n square. It is equals to minus I whole to the power n square after simplification. So it's given minus I whole to the power n square equals to 1. Now look here, when we got the value of I to the power something 1 for a positive one, that is for 4. Here 4 is the smallest value to get the value in positive one. Okay, so since here it's given n equals to n squared 2, so if we put n equals to 2, it becomes minus I whole to the power I to the power 4, I to the power 4, and that would obviously give us the value 1. So for n equals to 2, this statement holds true. So the smallest positive integer n for which the statement holds true, that will be 4. Option B is the correct answer. No, not 4. Option A, sorry. Option A is the correct answer. It is given in question number 47, the value of x satisfying the equation log sin x to the base cos x equals to 1, where x lies between 0 to pi by 2. Okay, so we are required to find the value for x, right? Now, let me introduce you with one of the most important formula of log, that the name of the formula is change of base rule. Change of base rule. What does it state? Like if I write log m to the base b, so that means I can write it at log m to the base e by log m, log b to the base e. Okay, this can be represented at this way, and this particular formula I'm going to use it. Let's name it 1. So let's now write what is given in the question, that is log sin x to the base cos x equals to 1, right? According to the change of base rule, we can write it as log sin x to the base e, can be neglected writing log cos x equals to 1. Okay, let's do the cross multiplication. Log sin x equals to log cos x, correct? Now from the both side we can cancel log, so it becomes sin x equals to cos x. Now please remember the table of values at the acute angles for sin and cos both, and remember at what angle we get the same value for sin and cos. Okay, so only the possibilities that the smallest value, the smallest value of x for which sin x equals to cos x is x equals to pi by 4, because we know sin pi by 4 gives us 1 by root 2, as well as cos pi by 4 gives us 1 by root 2. So here the value of x is pi by 4. That means option C is the correct answer. In question number 48, it is given that if delta is the value of the determinant, and determinant is already given, A1, B1, C1, A2, B2, C2, A3, B3, C3. Then what is the value of the following determinant, like P or PA1, B1, QC1, PA2, B2, QC2, PA3, B3, QC3. Okay, where P not equals to 0 or 1 and same Q not equals to 0 or 1. There are 4 options given. First, we need to learn a very important properties of a determinant, that scalar multiple property. The name of the property is scalar multiple property. And what does it states? It states that if all the elements of a row or column of a determinant are multiplied by a non-zero constant, then the determinant gets, the value of the determinant gets multiplied by the same constant. Okay, I will explain it while solving the sum. If all the elements of a row or column of a determinant are multiplied by a non-zero constant, then the determinant gets multiplied by the same constant, correct? Now let's look at the given determinant. So here, let me write it. A1, C2, 3B3, C3, right? So column, now column 1 of all determinants is multiplied by P, then also the given determinants is also multiplied by P. Okay, what I said, that if all the elements of column 1 is multiplied by P, then the value of this determinant is also multiplied by P. Okay, and again, if column third, if all the elements of the third column is multiplied by Q, look here, now if I multiply it with all the elements of column A, P, it will be PA1, PA2, PA3, correct? Now, if I multiply Q with all the determinants of third column, it would become QC1, QC2, QC3, correct? Now, if I multiply scalar quantity with all the elements of a column, like say Q, then the given matrix, given determinant is also multiplied by Q, right? So, first I multiplied by P with all the elements of the column A. Next, I multiplied by Q with all the elements of the third column, the determinant. So now it becomes PA2, PA3, B1, B2, B3, and Q multiplied with third column. So yes, Q, C3. So look here, now the value becomes PQ times of the original one, the determinant of the value, correct? So here option D is the correct answer. In question number 49, it is given if C0, C1, C2, up to Cn are the coefficients in the expansion of 1 plus x whole to the power n, then what is the value of C1 plus C2 plus C3 up to Cn? First, let me make you remember the formula of a plus x whole to the power n. What is the expansion? What is the expanded form of this formula? That is a to the power n plus nc1 a to the power n minus 1 x plus nc2 a to the power n minus 2 x square plus the general form is ncr a to the power n minus r x to the power r plus the last term is ncn a to the power 0 x to the power n. Okay, so here also we can remember one more formula, that is 1 plus x whole to the power n. That means put a equals to 1. So I will put 1 in the above formula and we'll get the value for this. But I will replace all the coefficients part with C0, C1, C2, Cn. Okay, as it's given in the question that C0, C1, C2 are the coefficients in the expansion. So let me write it. So here C0 plus x C1 plus x square C2 plus up to x to the power n Cn. Okay, now we are going to find the summation of the all coefficient, right? So we can name it as, let is equals to C1, C2, C3 plus up to Cn, right? So C1 means in C1, in C2, in C3 up to in Cn, right? We can balance it with like adding and subtracting 1. So 1 plus in C1, in C2, in C3 plus in Cn minus 1, right? Now in C0 would give us the value 1. So this first one I can replace with NC0, NC0. Next NC1, NC2, NC3, 3 plus dot 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 up to NCN minus 1. Okay, now look here at the formula of 1 plus x whole to the power n. It simply x naught can be, NC0 can be represented as C naught. So as we know, the formula is C naught x multiplied by C1 plus x squared C2. So here plus dot 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 x to the power n Cn, right? So here we can write, as we already know, let's name it equation number 1. So from 1 put x equals to 1, means in the place of x we also substitute it with 1. So it becomes 1 plus 1 whole to the power n, and it also becomes x in C0, or yes, I can write it x NC0 plus NC1, not x, only NC0 plus NC1 plus NC2 plus dot 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 up to NCN, right? So here it would be 2 to the power n, NC0, NC1, NC2 plus dot 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 up to NCN, right? Now look at the expression of S. It's giving the same exact value of 2 to the power n and minus 1. So also please name it equation 2. So from 2 x equals to 2 to the power n minus 1. I have already replaced it. Let's name it 3. From 2 and 3, I can write S equals to 2 to the power n minus 1. Look here, NC0 plus NC1, NC2 plus NC3 dot 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 up to NCN. That is giving me the exact value of 2 to the power n. So I've replaced it with 2 to the power n and minus 1. So here option B is the correct one. 2 to the power n minus 1 is the value for summation 1 to up to n of C. In question number 50, it is given that if A plus B plus C equals to 4 and AB plus BC plus CA equals to 0, then what is the value of the following determinant? The determinant is given in terms of ABC, BC and CAB. Okay, first I will make you remember two very important algebraic formulas. Those are A cube plus B cube plus C cube, remember, minus 3AB. So it is very, very important. We learned it in the 9th or 10th grade. So the result is A plus B plus C multiplied by A square plus B square plus C square minus AB minus BC minus CA. Okay, and also A plus B plus C whole square gives us the value A square plus B square plus C square plus 2AB plus BC plus CA. Okay, now look at this determinant. We are going to find the value for this determinant. Let's expand it. Let's name it delta. Delta equals to A, B, C, B, C, A, C, A, B. Right? So we can find the value by expanding it respective to the first row. It would look like A. We will skip the element. We will skip all the rows and the columns that A belongs to. So we will left with this much portion. Now BC minus A square, this way, minus of B square minus AC plus C AB minus C square, right? Let's continue with the further calculation. ABC B cube ABC ABC with C cube. Now 3ABC to taking common A cube plus B cube plus C cube, right? But we know the formula of A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC, right? So in order to make it the similar, I need to take minus common from the whole expression so that it becomes A cube plus B cube plus C cube minus 3ABC, right? So in place of this expression, I can write down the result, that is A plus B plus C multiplied by A square B square C square minus AB BC CA, right? Okay, now we already know some given values, that is A plus B plus C 4 and AB plus BC plus CA equals to 0, right? Let me write it all this. Given A plus B plus C equals to 4 and AB BC plus CA equals to 0. We are going to use these values. Okay, so here we need to find the value for A plus B. Okay, we already know A plus B plus C value. Okay, we are going to find the value for this part, A square plus B square plus C square, correct? Let me write it first. A plus B plus C whole square equals to square plus B square plus C square plus 2 of AB BC CA, right? Let's put the value of A plus B plus C 4 whole square equals to A square plus B square plus C square plus 2. This portion will give us the value 0 as it's already given. So we can write A square plus B square plus C square as 16 minus 2, that is 14. Okay, so here, no, not 14, it got 0. So yes, it is 0. That means 16. 16 minus 0, 16. Okay. So yes, now let's put it. Let's name it equation 1. So delta from 1, delta equals to minus of 4 multiplied by 16 minus 0, right? Remember, it's not 2. 2 multiplied by 0 would give us 0. So 16 multiplied by 0 equals to 16, correct? So here 4 multiplied by 16, it becomes minus 64. Minus 64 is the required answer. Let's check with all the options. Yes, option B is the correct one. In question number 44, it is given that the number of integer values of k for which the equation 2 sin x equals to 2k plus 1 has a solution. Okay, 4 options are given. First, let me explain you one thing, that the minimum and the maximum value of a expression, that is the minimum and maximum value of A sin x plus B cos x of this expression can be found as minus of A square plus root under A square plus B square less than equals to A sin x plus B cos x less than equals to root under E square plus B square. Okay, so from here we can conclude that the minimum value of E sin x plus B cos x should be minus of root under E square plus B square, and the maximum value will be root under E square plus B square. We are going to use this concept in this particular one. Let's say put A equals to 2 and b equals to 0, and this above expression. So we will get minus 2 square plus 0 less than equals to 2 sin x plus 0 cos x less than equals to 2 sin x 2 square plus 0 square, right? So it would give us the value minus 2 less than equals to only 2 sin x less than equals to 2, correct? So 2 sin x means 2 sin x equals to 2k plus 1. We will replace that 2 sin x with 2k plus 1. So 2k plus 1 less than equals to 2. Why? Because here we are checking the values for k, right? Integer values of k. So yes, now let's do the further calculation. We would minus 1. We do my subtract of 1, minus 2 minus 1, 2k, 2 minus 1. So it becomes minus 3 less than equals to 2k, 1. To make k ln, we will divide the whole expression with 2. So it becomes 1.5 minus of 1.5 less than equals to k less than equals to 0.5. So that means k, the value of k lies between minus 1.5 to 0.5, right? Now look here, they have said that the number of integer values of k. So the value of k should be integer, correct? So in this interval, we can say that only 0 and minus 1 are two integers, and there are no such integers other than this. Therefore k equals to 0 and minus 1. So okay, two possible values we can see here. One is 0 and one is minus 1. That means the number of integer values of k for this equation is 2, because we can find two possible values, two possible integer values of k, that is 0 and minus 1. Here option C is the correct answer. In question number 52, it is given that if A1, A2, A3, A9, so on are in a GP, then what is the value of the following determinant? So first, let me discuss few concepts regarding GP and log. So here, let us consider a sequence. Let us consider a sequence A1, A2, A3, and so on up to AN is in GP. Fine. Now what happens in GP, how the pattern follows, that if we multiply a constant with the preceding term, we will get the succeeding term. So the common ratio is constant. So common ratio we denote it as R. That is, if in general we write P plus 1 by AP, the common ratio is constant, where P is a positive integer. P is a positive integer. Fine. Next, we will discuss about logarithm. First of all, here it's given ln. So what is the difference between log and ln? Log is defined for base 10, and ln is defined for base E. Okay, this is the only difference. They both follow the same formulas. So here we can write that ln A minus ln B equals to ln A ln A by B. I shouldn't put this dash, ln A by B. Fine. So next, let's continue with the sum. Here, let R be the common ratio of the given GP. Okay. Let R be the common ratio of the given GP. Fine. Now, let me write the given determinant. So now the given determinant is, okay, so here ln A1, ln A2, ln A3, A4, A5, A6, A9. This is the given determinant. We will apply some row, either row or column operations on it. So apply column operations C2 minus C1 and C3 minus C1. So it becomes, first let me write the first column, A1, A4 and A7. So it will become ln A2 minus ln A1, ln A5 minus ln A4, ln A8 minus ln A7. Also here ln A3 minus ln A2, ln A6 minus ln A5, here ln A9 minus ln A8, right? Next. Okay, so A1, ln A4, ln A7. Now look here, ln A2 minus A1 can be written as ln A2 by A1, ln A5 by A4, ln A8 by A7. Here also ln A3 by A2, ln A6 by A5 and ln A9 by A8 according to the logarithm formula. Okay, so here since A2 and A1, these two are consecutive terms, so the common ratio will be R. Since I have already taken R as the common ratio, so I will get R for both the columns. So we can see since S1 by AP equals to R. Okay, or also log AP plus 1 minus log AP equals to log of P plus 1 by log AP. So it becomes log R. Okay. So yes, I have already written the hints. Since here two columns are same, so the value for this determinant will be 0, because we know if there are same elements in two columns or two rows in a determinant, it becomes 0. So since a, sorry, not a, C3 equals to C2. So here that value for this determinant is 0. Option A is the correct one. In question number 53, it is given if the roots of the quadratic equation x square plus 2x plus k equals to 0 are real, then uh, what would be the probable value for the k? Is it less than 0, less than equals to 0, or less than 1, or less than equals to 1? So first let's talk about the concept of quadratic equation. Okay, general form of a quadratic equation, that is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0, right? Now the expression of b square minus 4ac, this is called the discriminant of the equation. Okay, discriminant of equation, correct? We also name it as D, right? Now, depending based on this discriminant, we can investigate the nature of the roots of a quadratic equation, right? How? If we say D greater than 0, that means nature of roots are real and unequal, right? Real and unequal. If D equals to 0, then we can say that nature of roots, these are real and equal. Okay, and if D less than equals to 0, we can say roots are imaginary. This is very important concept. We should know before we start with the solution. So yes, now let's look at the question again. It is given that x square plus 2x plus k equals to 0. This is a quadratic equation, right? So here x square plus 2x plus k equals to 0. Let's name it equation 2 and the general equation as 1. Okay, now comparing with general form, on comparing with general form, we can write that a equals to 1, b the coefficient of x is 2, and the constant value is k, right? Now it's already given that the roots of the equation are real. That means d greater than equals to 0. Okay, so here d greater than equals to 0 because roots are real, right? Roots are real. So now let's put all those values in the discriminant. B square minus 4ac discriminant means, so here if we put all the values in, instead of a b c, we'll get 2 square minus 4 1 k greater than equals to 0. So it becomes 4 minus 4k greater than equals to 0, 4k. If we divide 4 to each of the sides, we will get 1 greater than equals to k, or in other way we can write k less than equals to 1, right? So check with the options. Yes, option D, k less than equals to 1 is the correct answer. Question number 54 states that if n equals to 100 factorial, then what is the value of the following? The expression is already been given. Now, before we start with the solution, let me discuss few concepts regarding log. So First, there are very important formulas in log. So first, I want to write one of them, that is log a b to the base e. I can write it as log a to the base e plus log b to the base e, right? The log of a product equals to the sum of two logs, right? Also, change of base rule. Another one is change of base rule, like log n to the base m equals to 1 by log m to the base n, right? Also, one more is log a to the base a equals to 1, correct? And since it's given n equals to 100 factorial, what does it mean? 100 factorial mean we will product starting from 1 to up to 100. That is 1, 2 multiplied by 2, 3, 4, 5 dot 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 up to 100. The value for 100 factorial will be this, right? Now let's start with the given expression that is given here. So let me write it first, the given expression 1 by log n to the base 2, 1 log n to the base 3, 1 log n to the base 4 plus dot 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 up to 1 by log n to the base 100, right? Now in the next line, we are going to use the change of base rule. So it becomes log 2 to the base n, log 3 to the base n, log 4 to the base n plus up to log 100 to the base n. Now look here, all the log are in the base n, right? That means we can use the sum formula. So yes, log 2 multiplied by 3 multiplied by 4 up to multiplied by 100 to the base n, right? Now look here, this can be written as 100 factorial, right? Since it's giving the same value, so I can replace it with 100 factorial to the base n. Also, it's given that the value for n is also 100 factorial. That means log 100 factorial to the base 100 factorial, right? So I have already told you log a to the base a gives you 1. So the value of this expression will be 1. Yes. So let's check. Yes, option B is the correct answer. 1 is the correct answer. Question number 55 states that if z equals to 1 plus I, where I equals to root under minus 1, then what is the modulus of z plus 2 by z? First, we need to discuss about what is modulus of a complex number. So let me write it first, that let's say z is a complex number, and we can write the value as x plus iy, okay? Z represents this complex number. Now, what will be the modulus of z here? Okay, mod of z represents modulus of z, and the value will be written as root under x square plus y square. This value gives us the modulus of this complex number. Fine. And also it's given I equals to root under minus 1. That means I square equals to minus 1. Okay. So these two concepts are very important in order to solve this particular question. So it is given z equals to 1 plus I, and we are required to find the modulus of the given expression, that is z plus 2 by z. Now let's put the value of z here, 1 plus I plus 2 by 1 plus I. Now look at the expression 2 by 1 plus I. Okay, so we need to rationalize this. So 1 plus I, to rationalize, we will multiply with the conjugate to the numerator and denominator both. 1 plus I plus 2, 1 minus I. Now it's in the form of a plus b into a minus b. So that will give us the value a square minus b square. So 1 minus I square 2, 1 minus I. If I put the value of I square, it becomes 1 plus 1. So 1 plus I by 2. So 1 plus I plus 1 minus I. So the value, that is Z plus 2 by Z equals to 2. Now look, it doesn't belongs to a complex number, right? It's a constant, it's a real number, which is 2. So we can directly see that the modulus of Z plus 2 by Z is 2. You know what happened? Like if I try to represent it in a complex number, I can do like 2 by I multiplied Z, correct? So if now, if I'm going to find the modulus, it will become 2 square plus 0 square, isn't it? That will also give me 2. So since it's a scalar quantity, it's a real number, that's why I can directly say the modulus of this expression is 2. It matches with option B. Okay, option B is the correct answer. In question number 56, it is given that if A and B are two matrices such that AB is of order n multiplied by n, okay, then which of the following is correct? Now, like if I say, first let me give you some concept of order of the matrices and how the operation of matrices works. Like A is a matrix of order A and B. So here A is the number of rows and B is the number of columns in matrix A. And let's say B is another matrix of order P and Q, where P is the number of rows and Q is the number of columns, correct? Now, AB is defined if AB is defined if, I mean, the multiplication of A and B is possible if the number of columns of the first matrix, that is A, the number of columns of the first matrix, that is A, is equal to the number of rows of the second matrix, that is B. So if B equals to P, okay, and then the resultant matrix, the resultant matrix, the order of the resultant matrix will be A multiplied by Q. Fine. So in this case, there are 4 options given. So since or A and B should be square matrices of same order, it's not mandatory always. Either A or B should be a square matrix. No, it's not mandatory that one of them should be a square matrix. Both A and B should be of same order. No, look here, B and P, they are equal, but A and Q, they're not same. So they are of different order. So here correct option is option D, that orders of A and B need not be the same. They can be same, but it's not mandatory to be the same. So need not be the same. Option D is the correct one here. In question number 57, it is given how many matrices of different orders are possible with elements comprising all prime numbers less than 30. Okay, first let's talk of prime numbers. What is prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers which is divisible by 1 and the number itself. Okay, so let's write that all prime numbers less than 30. Fine. So 1 is not a prime number. We will start with 2, 7, 11, 19, next 23 and 29. Right now, how many matrices of different orders are possible with elements comprising all prime numbers? Means with all these numbers, we have to make some matrices of different orders. We should take all the numbers together. Okay, so how many possibilities are there of matrices of different orders? Like there are how many terms are there? 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10. So 10 elements are there. Okay, we say each and a term, each and every term is an element, so 10 elements are there. That means we either can write uh, one row and 10 columns, right? 1 by 10 order. So 2 3 11 13 17 19 23 29. It's one for one row and 10 columns. Or we can write it another way, write one column and 10 row. Okay, so 2 3 17 19 23 29. So look here, it's another presentation of matrices. Here 10 rows are there and one column. Okay, one more matrix I can form, like 2 rows and yes, 5 columns. 7 11 13 17 19 23 29. Here 2 rows and 5 columns. And if I reverse it, like 5 rows and 2 columns, so 5 rows and 2 columns. Here we are not talking about the position of the elements. Just our aim is to comprise all the prime numbers, all 10 prime numbers, in such a way that we can form a matrix of different orders. So these are the 4 possibilities. So here of different orders, like 1 by 10, 10 by 1, 2 by 5, and 5 by 2. These are the 4 possible matrices that can be formed with comprising all these prime numbers, that is less than 30, and also that of different orders. So here option C is the correct answer. In question number 58, it is given that let A be a determinant of PQRS, where PQR and S are any 4 different prime numbers less than 20. What is the maximum value of the determinant? Okay, so first let's talk about determinant first. Let's say A is an determinant and we can denote it as ABCD, right? How can we find the value of this determinant? That is, if we need to cross multiply AD minus BC. Okay, this will give you the value of this determinant A. And what is the definition from prime numbers? Prime numbers are those numbers which is divisible by 1 and the number itself. Okay, remember 1 is not a prime number. So which numbers are prime numbers, that is less than 20? So the numbers are all prime numbers less than 20. Those are 2 3 5 7 7, next 11 13 17 and 19, right? So in this question it is given that is a determinant P Q R S, right? Now P Q R S are any 4 different prime numbers. We can assign any 4 values among this numbers. Okay, so here we have to find the maximum value of this determinant. So how can we find the maximum value? We need to make a combination of such numbers so that this determinant give us the maximum value. So we have to take maximum value for P and S, because first it will get multiplied, and the least values list values for Q and R, because that much portion will be subtracted, correct? So we can assign that P17 is 19, Q2 and R3. Okay, so let's put all these values. A becomes 12, 2, 3, 19. So it will be, okay, it's not 12, sorry, it's 17. Let's make the correction, it's 17. 17 multiplied by 19 multiplied by 3. So 323 minus 6, that means 317. So here, what is the maximum value of the determinant? We got 317 is the answer. Let's check with the options. Yes, option C is the correct one. In question number 59, it is given that if A and B are square matrices of order 2, such that determinant of AB and determinant of BA, then they are equal, then which one of the following is correct? So first of all, if A and B are square matrices of order 2, such that determinant of AB equals to determinant of BA, it's only possible when A and B must be the unit matrix. Since they are of same order, only possible if when A and B must be the unit matrix. I will prove it. Unit matrix. Okay, so let me prove it. So it's or of order 2. So I can write the unit matrix 1 0 0 1. Also, let's say P is another unit matrix 1 0 0 1. Now first find A B. So AB 1 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1. For BA also 1 plus 0. Next 0, yes, plus 0. Also here 0 plus 0, 0 plus 1. So look, it will give me the value 1 0 0 1. Also BA will becomes 1 0 0 1. So it's only possible because these two are unit matrix of order 2. If they are not unit matrix, then it's not possible that the determinant of AB it's equals to determinant of BA. So here option C, both A and B must be unit matrices. Option C is the correct one. Option C is the correct one. In question number 60, we are given with the expression that is cot 2x, cot 4x minus cot 4x, cot 6x minus cot 6x minus cot 2x equal to, we are required to find the value of this expression. Okay, so first Let me tell you one of the most important formulas, cot of A plus B. So it equals to cot A cot B minus 1 by cot A plus cot B. Okay, we are going to use this formula in some step. Let me write the given expression first. 4x minus 4x cot 6x minus cot 2x. So here cot 2x cot 4x, I can take cot 6x common from this two term. It will become cot 4x plus cot 2x. Next minus cot 6x. Look, 6x can be splitted into 4x plus 2x, right? Cot 2x. Next cot 2x cot 4x minus, so it's in the form of cot A plus B, right? We will use the formula minus 1 4x plus cot 2x, right? Okay, so both will got cancel. Plus this two will got cancel and we are left with only 1. So equals to value 1. Option C is the correct answer. In question number 61, it is given if M is the mean of n observations, these observations are given in the form of x1 minus k, x2 minus k, x3 minus k, dot, 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 up to xn minus k. Okay, where k is any real number, then what is the mean of x1, x2, x3, dot, 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 xn? Okay, so look here. First, we can write that what is the formula for finding mean of some observation. Okay, so let me write if there are some observations x1, x2, x3, dot, 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 up to xn, like there are n number of observations. So the mean can be found, mean x bar denotes the value of the mean, that is total total value. Okay, so total value means here total value means x1 x2 x3 plus dot 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 plus xn by total number of observations. So here there are, since up to x1, that means there are n number of observations, so we will divide it by n. This is the formula. So according to the given sum here, given mean of n observations is m, so we can represent the above scenario as capital N m equals to minus k x3 minus k plus dot, 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 up to xn minus k by there are the total number of observations is n. Okay, now let's group them, taking x1 x2 x3 together, and since there are n number of terms, so there must be n number of keys. So if I add them out, I will get n k by n. Now let's distribute the division. by n minus nk by n. Next m. So both n got cancelled. So look here, it becomes xn by n minus k. Okay. Now this expression matches with the expression of the mean. Here also we are required to find the mean, correct? So in place of x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot 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 up to xn by n, we can write it as x bar, because x by x bar we denote the mean of that expression. So x bar minus k also, or x bar equals to m plus k. Okay, so therefore the required mean of x1 x2 x3 dot 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 xn is m plus k. This is the result. So here option B is the correct one. What is the sum of deviations of the variate values 73, 85, 92, 105, 120 from their mean? Okay, so here we will talk about first the mean of the observations. Like if we say for the observations x1, x2, x3, dot 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 up to xn, if say there are n number of observations, how can we find the mean? So the formula of finding mean is, let's say x bar denotes the mean, x1 plus x2 plus x3 plus dot 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 up to xn by n, by the total number of observation. This is the formula of finding mean. Okay, and here also how to find the sum of the deviation. So deviation of observation from the mean is deviation of observation from the mean is xi minus x bar. Xi denotes the variates here. So where I belongs to 1 comma n. So here we will use the formula for finding the deviation of the variates, that is summation I1 to n xi minus x bar. This formula we will use, right? So first let's write all the variates here first. 73, 85, 92, 105, 120, correct? Now let's find the mean first, that is x bar 85, 92, 105, 120 by 5. We will get the value as 95. Now find the sum of the deviation. The sum of the deviation, that is, so first x1 means 73, the first variate. So if 73 minus 95, okay, let me write here 73 minus 95 plus next 85 minus 95, 92, 95 plus 105, 95. Now write all those values. Plus 25. So yes, 3 plus 3 minus 3, it will got 0. So the answer for this question, option C, that is 0. In question number 63, it is given that let X be the HM and y be the GM of two positive numbers m and n. If 5x equals to 4y, then which one of the following is correct? First, let me say that for any n numbers, for any n numbers, let's say the numbers are x1, x2, x3, dot 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 up to xn, then GM means geometric series of these numbers are in root under product of x1, x2, x3 up to xn, and the HM harmonic mean of these terms are, since there are n numbers, so n by 1 by x1, 1 by x2, 1 by x3 plus dot 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 up to 1 by xn. Okay, now what is harmonic mean? If I say that 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C, this is a AP series, right? Now, then we can say the reciprocal of 1 by A, 1 by B, 1 by C, that is A, B, and C. This is in harmonic series, harmonic progression. Harmonic progression. Now from here, the harmonic mean, that means HM words is coming. So I can find the HM of, I can find the HM of A and B. The formula is 2 by 1 by A plus 1 by B. So 2AB by A plus B. This is the formula for harmonic mean of two terms. Okay. So let's start with the solution. Yes. So if, since there are two numbers, right? Two positive numbers, x be the HM and y be the GM. So positive numbers are m and n. So we will solve in terms of m and n. So GM of m and n equals to y. That means root under mn equals to y. Also, hm of m and n equals to x. So we can write that 2 by 1 by m by 1 by n equals to x, or 2mn by m plus n equals to x. Also, it's given, so let's name it equation number 1 and equation number 2. So it's given that 5x equals to 4y, right? So let's put the value for x and y from 1, 5 multiplied by 2mn by m plus n equals to 4 multiplied by root under mn. Now let's continue with the solution. 10mn by m plus n 4 root under mn, or so we can cancel this root mn with mn. It will give us root under mn 4m plus 4n. Let's square both the sides, so it become mn and 16m square 16n square plus 4 4s is 16 and 2 32 mn. So let's continue from here, or 16m square plus 16n square minus, it becomes 68 mn equals to 0. We can divide m n the both side, so it becomes 16 m by n plus 16 n by m minus 68 equals to 0. So let m by n as t. So the quadratic equation becomes 16t plus 16 1 by t minus 68 equals to 0. So let's continue with it. 16t square minus 68t plus 16 equals to 0. Now we can use the quadratic formula or the Sridharacharya formula, that is minus b. What is the formula? X equals to minus b plus minus b square minus root under b square minus 4ac by 2a. So this formula we are going to use here. Here b equals to 68. So my minus 68. So it becomes 68 plus minus b square minus 68 whole square minus 4 multiplied by ac. 16 multiplied by 16. 2 multiplied by 16. So after doing the calculation, it becomes 4624 minus 1024 by 32. If we further proceed with the calculation, we will get 68 plus minus 60 and by 32. So it gives us t equals to either 4, if I take plus 4, or if I take minus 1 by 4. So therefore m by n equals to 4. So m equals to 4n, or m by n equals to 1 by 4. 4m equals to n. Correct? So let's check m equals to 4n or n equals to 4m. Which one of the following is correct? So yes, it's only given here m equals to 4n, this option. So this one is correct. Option D is the correct one. Look once again the entire solution. In question number 64, it is given that if the mean of a frequency distribution is 100 and the coefficient of variation is 45%, then what is the value of the variance? Now, first let me discuss what is coefficient variation and variance. Coefficient variation is a measurement of consistency of a data. Coefficient variation of variation is a measurement of consistency of data. Okay, and what does it mean, variance? Variance is the average of all data points within a group. All data points within a group. Okay, and there are certain relation between coefficient variation, standard deviation, and mean. Now I will show you the formula, I mean the relationship between them. So coefficient of variation equals to standard deviation by mean, and the relationship between variance and standard deviation is that variance equals to standard deviation whole square. These two formula we are going to use in our solution. So it's given that mean of the frequency distribution is 100 and coefficient of variation is 45%. So first we need to find out what is the measurement for standard variation so that we can find the value for variance as well. So given coefficient of variation is 45%. That means 0.45, right? And mean is 100. So therefore, standard deviation is 0.45 multiplied by 145 degree. So therefore variance 45 whole square. So it will give us the value 2025. So we have got the required value for variance, that is 2025. Option A is the correct answer. In question number 65, it is given that let two events A and B be such that probability of A equals to L and probability of B equals to M. Which one of the following is correct? So there are four statements given. We are required to show that which one of them is correct. Now, first of all, let me tell you that P A by B, it should read as the probability of A given B. Okay, and it is known as conditional probability. Conditional probability. It is known as conditional probability. So what does it mean? It means that the probability of event A that depends on another event B. When the event A depends on another event B, then the probability of A given B, which is shown as P of A by B, is that is known as conditional probability. Okay, and how we do find the value for it? There is a formula: probability of the event A intersection B. So probability of happening of both A and B event by probability of the B event happening. Okay. Now one more formula I would like to introduce you here that would be useful in order to solve this question. That is probability of happening of both A and B event. So that is A union B. So probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Okay. Now let me focus on the question. It's given here P of A equals to L and P of B equals to M. So given the probability of the event A is L and the probability of the event B is M, right? So, and we know that the maximum value of a probability is 1. So we can say P A union B is less than equals to 1. Because since max value of probability is 1, right? So here now let's name it 1 and 2. So from 2 we can write, from 2 we get PA plus PB minus PA intersection B less than equals to 1. We will put the value for L and LM. Less than equals to 1. So here section B 1 plus E minus 1. Okay, now PA given B, probability of A given B, that is probability of A intersection B by probability of B. So we can write from here that let's say from here we can write okay, so from here also we can write P A intersection B by PB less than equals to 1 by PB. That means we will replace it with the value of probability of B on the right side. So it's M. Since it is equals to P of A, probability of A given B, so that means it's also greater than equals to L plus M minus 1 by M, right? So here, this is the final relation we got from the calculation. Let me check now the options. L plus M minus 1. Yes, so option C is the correct one. Probability of A given B greater than equals to L plus M minus 1 by M. Okay, so here is the entire solution. In question number 66, it's given, for which of the following sets of numbers do the mean, median, and mode have the same value? First of all, I would like to discuss about mean, median, and mode. What does it mean? Mean. Mean means the average of the given data, right? The average of the given data. Next, median means the middlemost value of the arrangements. The middlemost value of the arrangements. Next, mode. So mode means the observation the observation that occurs most. So these are the definitions of mean, median, mode, right? Now, this type of questions generally can be solved by, by checking all the options individually. So here, first we will check the second option here. So let's see, option 2 has no, so the observations are 6, 18, 30, right? So first let me find out mean of this observation. 6 plus 18 plus 10 plus 30. How many observations are there? 5. So I will get the mean as 18. Okay. Next, median. Median means the middlemost value of the arrangements. So it's already been arranged in this ascending order. So since there are 5 observations, 5 is an odd number, so we will get one middlemost value, which is 18 apparently. So we can write 18 as it is the middle value of this arrangement. Next, mode. Mode means the observation that occurs the maximum. The frequency of the observation is the maximum. So here we can see that 18 occurs 3 times. So obviously mode is 18 because it appears the most. So therefore we can say for this option, mean, median and mode all are same. That was what they have asked, that for which option mean, median, mode have the same value. Yes, we can see option B is the correct one. In question number 67, it is given that the mean of 12 observations is 75. If 2 observations are discarded, then the mean of the remaining observations is 65. What is the mean of the discarded observations? There are 3 options given. So let's start with the solution. First of all, we can assume the discarded observations as X and Y. So let the discarded values be X and Y. Okay. So sum of all the 12 observations equals to 12 multiplied by mean. It's already given the mean, that is 75. So first of all, we can denote the sum of all 12 observation as S1. So S1 equals to 12 multiplied by 75, that is 900. Next, sum of all the 10 observations after discarding, that is 10 multiplied by new mean, right? Also new mean as given as 65, and we can denote it as S2, sum of all 10 observations. So S2 equals to 10 multiplied by 65, it's 650, right? Now we can write 650 plus X plus Y, means the other 2 observations that we have assumed as X and Y. All total the sum is equals to 900. So from here we can easily find the sum of X and Y. So that is 250. x plus y is 250, right? Next, we know how to find the average of x and y. The formula is x plus y by 2, right? So already we have found the value for x plus y. So the average is 250 by 2, that is 125. So the answer is 125. Option B is the correct answer. In question number 68, it is given if k is one of the roots of the equation x multiplied by x plus 1 equals to 0, then what is its other root? First, let me discuss about the general form of a quadratic equation. General form of quadratic equation that is ax square plus bx plus c equals to 0. And there are some formulas between relationships between roots of the equation and the coefficients of the equations. So if I assume the roots are as alpha and beta, then we can write the sum of the roots equals to minus of b by a, and the product of the roots equals to c by a. Okay, now let's dive in the question itself. So it's given the k is one of the roots, right? So we can assume in the first place that let alpha be the other root. So let the other root be alpha. Okay, since I've already shown it alpha, that's why I have just drawn a line to make it separate. So let the other root be alpha, right? So given equation is x multiplied by x plus 1 equals to 0. So it becomes x square plus x plus 1 equals to 0, right? So if we compare this quadratic equation with the general form, we can write a equals to 1, b equals to 1, and also c equals to 1. As it's given k is one of the roots, so we can say that k will satisfy the equation. So as k is the root of the equation, so we can say this k will satisfy k square plus k plus 1 equals to 0. So from here I can write k square equals to minus k minus 1, right? Let's name it equation number 1. Now the sum of the roots, so that means k plus alpha will give us the value minus of b by a. Here b is also 1, a is also 1. So minus 1 by 1 minus 1. Now look, I can write alpha as minus 1 minus k. So minus k minus 1. So from equation 1, from 1 I can write that alpha equals to k square, because these two are same, minus k minus 1, right? Therefore the other root equals to k square. Okay, so here option C is the correct one. In question number 69, it's given the geometric mean of a set of observations is computed as 10. The geometric mean obtained when each observations x1 is replaced by 3 3x suffix I to the power 4. Okay, so first we will talk about geometric mean, right? Geometric mean between two numbers A and B, let's say A and B. I can use it at small letter b. So we can write GM as plus minus root under AB. Okay, we will use plus when or if A and B are positive, means both are positive, and we will use minus if A and B are negative. Both are negative. Okay. Now it happens when there are two numbers, when we are finding geometric mean between two numbers. But what happens if there are n number of terms? So the geometric mean formula, metric mean formula, if there are n number of terms formula, if there are n number of terms and they are like xi, means x1 x2 x3 and dot 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 up to xn, that are, if they are multiplied, then the geometric mean formula, that is root under 1 by n under x1 multiplied by x2 multiplied by x3 multiplied by dot dot xn. This is the formula. That means if I'm trying to find geometric mean for 3 numbers, so I will find the cube root. If it's 4 numbers, I will find the 1 by 4 of the multiplication of those 4 numbers. This is the formula. Okay, so let's focus on this question now. It's given, first of all, okay, one more thing before we start with the solution. If geometric mean, in short we can write GM, of series, let's say xi, like the serial numbers terms are x1 x2 and so on, equals to a, then we can also write GM of that series if the terms are lambda multiplied by xi. I mean, we have multiplied a scalar quantity lambda with each of the terms, so that geometric mean become lambda a. Also GM of series where xi whole to the power n, then the geometric mean will become a to the power n. Okay, even these are the things we are going to use implant in our solution. So it's given GM of xi, that is 10. Okay, then GM of xi to the power 4. So obviously from the formula I can write 10 to the power 4. And now if the each observations replaced by 3xi to the power 4, so GM of 3xi to the power 4, just like lambda, I will multiply 3. So it becomes 3000. So here the option C is the correct one. Not 3,000, sorry, it's 30,000. Sorry, not 3,000, it's 30,000. Option C is the correct one. Question number 70 states that if probability of A union B is given 5/6, probability of A intersection B is given 1/3, and the complementary probability of the complementary event of A, that is P of A bar, is half, then which of the following is or are correct? The statements are A and B are independent events, and the second statement is A and B are mutually exclusive events. That means if we find the if we find the intersection of these two events, we will get null, void. There is nothing common in these two events. Okay, so let's check. Given, okay, first of all, let me discuss with the concept first. For any events A and B, for any events A and B, probability of A union B will give us the value of P, probability of A plus probability of B minus probability of A intersection B. Okay. Now, if the events are independent, let's say A and B are two independent events. So events are independent. Okay. So if probability of A intersection B, that is P of A multiplied by P of B. Okay, so the product of the probability of A and probability of B is equals to probability of A intersection B. Now, if events are mutually exclusive, events are mutually exclusive. If probability of A intersection B equals to 0. Okay. Now also, how can we find the probability for the complementary event of any event? Let's say probability of complementary event of the event A, that is 1 minus P of A. These are the concepts we are going to use in this question. Fine. So here given P of probability of A union B 5/6, probability of A intersection B 1/3, and probability of A bar, that means a complementary event of A, that is half. So from here we can easily find the probability of event A. So it's half, right? Now, using the first formula I wrote here, I can find the value for probability of B. So 5/6 plus half minus 1/3. So this becomes 5/6 plus 1/3 minus half. It will give us the value 2/3, right? So I got the probability of the event B as 2/3. Now it's given that okay, so let's check the first First one, if A and B are independent events, right? Since it's already been given that probability of A intersection B not equals to 0, that means we can say, we already know that if events are mutually exclusive, then probability of intersection B should be 0. Okay, so we cannot say that A and B are mutually exclusive because it's already given that the probability of intersection B is 1/3, which is not equals to 0. So statement 2 is not correct, right? From here we can say, and so given A intersection B not equals to 0, therefore statement 2 is not correct. Now let's check statement 1. So like they said that A and B are independent events. Okay, so if they are independent, then probability of intersection B should be equals to probability of A, product of probability of A and probability of B. So let's check. Half multiplied by 2/3. So yes, it becomes 1/3. So yes, look here, probability of intersection B is 1/3. That means A and B are independent events. Therefore, A and B are independent events and are not mutually exclusive events. So from here we can say, therefore, only statement 1 is correct. 1 is correct. So here option A is the correct one. Statement 1 is correct. In question number 71, it's given that the average of a set of 15 observations is recorded. But later it is found that for one observation, the digit in the tens place was wrongly recorded as 8 instead of 3. After correcting the observation, the average is. So first of all, let us assume that let the average initially be x. Fine. Let the average initially be x. Fine. Then there are 15 observations. So the sum of the observations equals to 15x, right? Now look here, it's given that the digit in the tens place for a number was wrongly recorded as 8 instead of 3. Look here, how can we represent a two-digit number? That is, right, say 10x plus y. This is the representation for a two-digit number, right? So if I write for a number 8 in the tens place, then it must be 8x plus y. The representation will be, no matter what is there for the value for x and y. Now I should write 3 in the tens place. That means this should be looks like 30x plus y. Now look here, what is the changes between tens place? Among 80 and 30, there is 50. There is the difference for 50. So we can say that as the tens digit is recorded 5 more, therefore the sum is 50 more than the correct sum. 50 was 50 more than the correct sum, right? So therefore the correct sum of observation should be 50 less than the correct sum of the observations 15x minus 50. Okay, so the average, the correct average 15x minus 50 by 15, since there are 15 observations. So x minus 50 by 15, if I simplify it, I would get 10 by 3. So since we have initially assumed that the average initially be x, now I have seen that the correct average should be x minus 10 by 3. So therefore the average is reduced by 10 by 3. Now let me check all the options. Reduced by 10 by 3. Option C is the correct one. In question number 72, it's given a coin is tossed twice. If E and F denote occurrence of head on first toss and second toss respectively, then what is the value for the probability of E union B equal to? There are 4 options given. First of all, if the events are independent, let's name it A and B. For the independent events A and B, we can write probability of A union B, that is probability of A plus probability of B and probability of A intersection B. Also, if the events are independent, then probability of A intersection B can be written as product of probability of A and probability of B. Now, E is the event of getting head on the first toss and F is the event of getting head on the second toss, right? If I toss a coin, so we know there are 2 possible outcomes and head can occur once, also tail can occur once. So the probability of getting head is half. That means probability of getting head on first toss, that is named as E, event T. So probability of E equals to half. Also probability of getting head on second toss on second toss, that is probability of A, that is also half, right? Since these events are independent, since the events are independent, so we can write probability of E intersection F is product of probability of E and probability of F, right? Half multiplied by half, that is 1 by 4. So here we are asked to find the probability for E union F. Union F, probability of E plus probability of F minus probability of E intersection F. Okay, so here half plus half minus 1 by 4 will get here the value 3 by half. So the answer is probability of E union F equals to 3 by 4. Option C is the correct answer. In question number 73, it is given that in a binomial distribution, the mean is 2/3 and variance is 5 by 9. What is the probability that random variable D equals to 2? First, let me tell you what is binomial distribution. Binomial distribution determines the probability of observing a specified number of successful outcomes in a specified number of trials. In a specified number of trials. I will give you some formulas that will be helpful for solving this question. So for binomial distribution of probability, for binomial distribution of probability, mean can be found by the product of n and p, where n is equal to total number of cases. Total number of cases and p equals to probability of favorable cases or the successful outcomes, we can say. Probability of the favorable cases. Right? Next, variance. Variance can be found by product of N, P and Q, where Q is the probability of unfavorable cases, or we can say failure cases. Probability of unfavorable cases, right? So Q can be written as 1 minus P, because these two are complementary, P and Q. Okay, so it's given that the mean is 2/3, that means it is NP, and the variance is 5/9. Variance is 5/9 in PQ. Okay, so if we find the division of variance and mean, two-third, we will get PQ by NP. So we will get Q equals to 5/6, right? So from here, we can easily find the value for P, that is 1 minus Q, 1/6. Okay. So since we got the value for P, so from the value of mean, we can write 1/6 multiplied by N equals to 2/3. So the value for N is 4, right? Therefore, the probability that random variable D that is 2, we can found with the formula NC2 P square Q to the power N minus 2. So here N is 4, 4C2 P square Q 4 minus 2. 4C2 means 4 factorial by 2 factorial multiplied by 4 minus 2 factorial P square Q square. P equals to 6. P, the value for P is 1/6 whole square, and the value for Q is 5/6 whole square. So we got 6 multiplied by 1/36, 25/36. So we got the value of P as 25/216, right? So here the probability is 25/216. Option D is the correct one. Here is option D, the correct one. In question number 74, it's given if the mode of the scores 10, 12, 13, 15, 15, 13, 12, 10, comma x is 15, then what is the value of x? So what is the concept of mode? The mode of the n observations is the number that has the highest frequency, is the number that has the highest frequency. Okay. So the given scores are 10, 12, 13, 15, 13, 12, 10, and X. And given mode is also 15, right? So frequency of score 12, 1 to 2, right? Frequency of score 15, that is also 2. But the mode has to be 15 because it's given. The mode is 15. So X should be 3. Therefore, X should be 3. X should be 15 also. Means frequency of the score 15 will be 3 in that case. And it will be the highest frequency, right? So X should be 15. So here the answer is 15. So let's check the options. Option D is the correct one. Remember the mode, since the mode is 15, X should be 15 because after that 15 will occurs 3 times. So it will be the highest frequency. That's why 15 is the mode. In question number 75, it's given if A and B are two events such that probability of A equals to 3 by 4 and probability of B equals to 5 by 8, then consider the following statements. The minimum value of probability A union B is 3 by 4. The maximum value of probability A intersection B is 5 by 8. Which of the above statements is or are correct? Fine. So first let's discuss for any two events A and B, for any two events A and B, the maximum value of probability A union B is max of probability of A and probability of B. I mean the which will be the max in between these two values, that is the uh, in question number 75, it is given that if A and B are two events such that probability of A equals to 3 by 4 and probability of B equals to 5 by 8, then consider the following statements. The minimum value of P probability of A union B is 3 by 4 and the maximum value of probability of A intersection B is 5 by 8. Which of the above statements is or are correct? So first of all, for any two events A and B, for any two events A and B, the minimum value the minimum value of probability A union B will be the maximum value in between P of A and P of B. That means probability of A and probability of B. And the maximum value of probability A intersection B equals to the minimum value of in between probability of A and probability of B. So it's given that probability of A equals to 3/4 and probability of B equals to 5/8. Okay, so according to this, if we compare these two fractions, we can easily say that probability of A is greater than probability of B, right? So that means, therefore, the minimum value of probability A union B is maximum value in between probability of A and probability of B. So it should be the value for probability of A, that is 3/4. So it's the maximum one. And the minimum value of probability A intersection B equals to, that should be minimum in between probability of A and probability of B. So it's 5/8 because this is the minimum value among these two. Hence, it was already given that minimum value of probability of A union B is 3/4 and maximum value for probability A intersection B is 5/8. Okay, this should be maximum. Please make the correction. Sorry, the maximum value of probability A intersection B is minimum of the values probability of A and probability of B. So here 5/8 is the minimum among these two values. That's why this is the value for the maximum value of probability of probability of A intersection B. Okay, so yes, the maximum value for probability of A intersection B is 5/8. Hence, both 1 and 2 are correct. Here option C is the correct one. Both 1 and 2 are correct. In question number 76, it's given that what is the derivative of e to the power x with respect to x to the power e? So we can assume, let's say y equals to e to the power x, and let's say t equals to x to the power e. Okay, now y and t both are function of x, right? So let me find the derivative. Let me differentiate this separately. So since it is the function of x, I will differentiate it by x with respect to x. So it will be dy dx e to the power x. If we differentiate e to the power x, there would be no change. It becomes e to the power x. Now, next, now since t is a function of x also, so we will differentiate t with respect to x, dt by dx. So look here, x to the power e, we will treat x to the power e as a polynomial, like x to the power n. So we know if we differentiate x to the power n, we will get n multiplied by x to the power n minus 1. So same will happen here, e multiplied by x to the power e minus 1. Okay, but in this question we are asked to find the derivative of e to the power x with respect to x to the power e. That means here we are required to find the derivative of y with respect to t, right? So we actually need to find dy dt, correct? So dy dt can be written as dy dx dt. This is called chain rule. Fine. So let's put these values. Let's name it equation number 1 and equation number 2. So dy dx e to the power x dx dt will be 1 by e x to the power e minus 1 from 1 and 2. So here we can write e to the power x x to the power e minus 1. So it becomes e to the power x and x to the power e. Okay. Dy dt, or else we can write it as derivative e to the d of x to the power e, and also that e to the power x equals to x to the power e. Okay, now this is the answer. Now let me check with the options. Yes, first option is the correct one. X e to the power x by e x to the power e. In question number 77, it is given that if a differentiable function f of x satisfies limit x tends to -1, f of x plus 1 by x square minus 1 equals to -3 by 2, then what is the value for limit x tends to -1 f of x? Look here, in the given limit, denominator becomes 0 on putting the limit, right? So therefore the numerator must also be 0 to have a certain value of this given limit. Also, we know from the concept of limit that limit x tends to a f of x by g of x, it should equals with limit x tends to a f of x and limit x tends to a g of x. We are going to use this concept, use this rule. So first let me the given limit, that is limit x tends to -1 f of x plus 1 x square minus 1 equals to -3 by 2. So, or limit x tends to -1 f of x plus 1 limit x tends to -1 x square minus 1 equals to -3 by 2. Or, so we can take it to the other side, limit x tends to -1 f of x plus 1 to -3 limit x tends to -1 x square minus 1, or to limit x tends to -1 f of x plus 2 limit x tends to -1 1 equals to -3. If I put the limit directly, I will get from here, that is -1 whole square minus 1 after putting the limit, or to limit x tends to -1 f of x plus, it will give me the value 2 minus 3 multiplied by 0. So it becomes 0. Next, limit x tends to minus 1 f of x minus 2 by 2. It will give us the value minus 1. So yes, limit x tends to minus 1 f of x equals to minus 1. This is what we are required to find. Limit x tends to minus 1 f of x equals to minus 1. Option B is the correct answer. In question number 78, it's given that if a function f of x and the nature of the function when x less than 1, the function is a plus bx. When x equals to 1, the function is equals to 5. When x greater than 1, f of x equals to b minus ax is continuous. Then what is the value of a plus b? So for the function to be continuous, first let me say, for the function to be continuous, we need to say that right hand limit and left hand limit should exist and they will be equal. Like x, limit x tends to a minus, let's say f of x equals to limit x tends to a plus. So this is right hand limit and this is left hand limit f of x. This will be equal and that should equals to x tends to a f of x. Okay, now let's move to the given sum. Here given that f of x equals to a plus bx when x less than 1, it's equals to 5 when x equals to 1, and b minus ax when x greater than 1. So it's given that f of 1 equals to 5, right? So since limit x tends to 1, f of x equals to f of 1 equals to 5, therefore limit x tends to 1 f of a exist, right? And also since they are exist means exist, so also we can write that the left hand limit equals to right hand limit, that equals to obviously 5. Okay, now limit, therefore limit x equals to 1 minus, so since x is less than 1, okay, so we are talking about left hand limit f of x. So they, now we will take the function as a plus bx, a plus bx, since for x equals x less than 1, f of x is given as a plus bx. So let's do the sum a plus b. Okay, let's name it equation number 1. Now check right hand limit x equals to 1 plus f of x. So limit x tends to 1 plus, now we will write b minus ax. Since for x greater than 1, f of x is b minus ax. So we will write b minus a. Let's name it equation number 2. Since the limit is a limit exists, so left hand limit and right hand limit will be equal. Therefore, we can say a plus b equals to b minus a equals to 5. We have already found the value for the limit. So here we are asked to find the value for a plus b. Therefore, a plus b equals to 5. We got the answer. Now let's check. A is the correct option. In question number 79, it states that consider the following statements in respect of the function f of x equals to sin x. So the two statements are f of x increases in the interval 0, 5 and f of x decreases in the interval 5 pi by 2, 3 pi. Okay, so it's given the function f of x as sin x, right? Now, I will first draw the graph of sin x. So the graph is okay. This is the graph. Now look, say here pi by 2. Next here pi. Now in this point 3 pi by 2. Here 2 pi. In this point 5 pi by 2. Here 3 pi. Okay, so this is the graph. Now look here, in at the point pi by 2, sin x is maximum. Okay, so 0 to pi by 2, if we look, 0 to pi by 2, it's increasing. It's increasing. Sin x is increasing. Sin x is increasing. Now, for this part, now 5 by 2 to pi, sin x is decreasing. Look at the graph. So pi by 2 to pi by 2 to pi, it's decreasing. Correct? It's decreasing. Now again, so what happened? 0 to pi, if of x increases, that is not true, because we see from the graph that from pi by 2 pi, sin x is decreasing. So here statement 1 is false. It's not true. If of the is not increasing in the interval 0 to pi. Okay, first it's increasing, then it's decreasing again. So statement 1 is not true. Now look at the interval for 5 pi by 2 and 3 pi. So 5 pi by 2, at this position sin x is again maximum, but here from 5 pi by 2 to 3 pi, it's again decreasing. 5 pi by 2 3 pi, it's again decreasing. It's again decreasing. So yes, then it's true that f of x decreases in the interval 5 pi by 2 3 pi. That means sin x is decreasing in this interval 5 pi by 2 3 pi. So here we can see that only statement 2 is correct. So option B is the correct answer. In question number 80, it is given, what is the domain of the function f of x equals to 3 to the power x? First of all, let me tell you what is domain. The domain is the set. The domain is the set of all possible value of x which have a finite value of f of x, which have a finite value of f of x, right? So here its given function is 3 to the power x. Given function is f of x equals to 3 to the power x. Now look, for all the for all finite values, for x, the function will have a finite value. So the function will have have a finite value for all x belongs to minus infinity to positive infinity. This 3 to the power x will have a finite value for all x that belongs to minus infinity to positive infinity. So here option A is the correct answer.